All right, Mr. Potter, back here with the next episode of our little game here. So, as you can see, I made an introduction screen. You can kind of see, I think you can probably do this. I'll show you a couple little techniques that'll help you. But any case, this will be my introduction screen. Now, to get these things on here, just to kind of show you, let's say I want this guy on a different thing. Because I did some editing, I'm gonna have to use this arrow, and I'm just gonna make a rectangle. I'm clicking and dragging to get the whole thing. So that gets everything. Then it has a copy. And let's do an example by me going back to this case. I'm gonna go to the lose screen. So here's the lose screen. And then all I have to do is paste. So paste, and you'll get the whole deal. Then you will need to decide where it goes. And here, let's put this on the top, move the lose down a little bit. So, whoops, and that's the problem you're gonna have if you don't do it at first. It's gonna move things. So Control Z, I love Control Z. And then this way I select the whole thing if I want to move it a little or make it a little bit bigger, something like that. All right, now you'll also notice I had color in the background. Now, the easiest way to get color in the background, in my opinion at least, is this, that I'm going to make a rectangle. And, well, it looks like it'll be purple at this point, but I can always change it. Now, I'm going to make the rectangle. I'm clicking and dragging. I'm going to make it covering everything and then some. So, covers a lot. And you kind of decide, is that going to be a good color for this one? Maybe not. I'm thinking maybe more of a, see if a red would be good. Now, obviously, I just covered my other stuff, which isn't too bad. It's not the end of the world, but here's how you can get it to the back. Right here, we have forward and backward, or front and back. I want it in the back, so I'm just going to click on the back. And there we go. All right. I think that looks pretty good. It's not great, but it's good. Okay, you can do better. Same deal for the win screen. I'm going to add the heart and add a background, but I'm not going to waste your time in watching me do it. And voila. So I'm going to go with that. Now, going back to the introduction screen, this is where I actually will want things to start. So we're going to need to make a few changes. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button to this screen, basically a start button. Well, technically I'm not going to add it to the screen. So first let's go into the code and let's see where things are starting. I have this in my good heart one, but right here it says switch backdrop to blue sky. That is the beginning, and I really don't want it to start on the blue sky. I know this has to do with the heart, but it doesn't matter because I hide the heart there anyway. So I'm going to have it start on the introduction. So that all seems good. Now, here is what I'm going to have for the rest of this. It really doesn't totally matter, but to make it so this stuff doesn't start right away, I could essentially use this, which says when backdrop switches to, in this case, I don't want introduction. I'm going to move this. I want it to be when backdrop switches to blue sky, because that's when it's really going to start. We're going to start doing this. Now, I can do this with that one. I can do it with this. Well, actually, that has to stay when I start as a clone, so I guess it's just going to be that one. I could do the same thing over here with this guy. So that's when flag is clicked. It's going to do all this, but again, I'm going to say when backdrop switches to blue sky. Probably wouldn't make a difference in this case, but it's just good coding to go through that. And finally, the bowl. Now, the bowl is set to show at the beginning. I really don't want it showing at the beginning. I want it showing when the backdrop switches. So I'm going to use that one for that one as well. That way the bowl won't be there on this. It will have that bowl, but not the other bowl. The final thing you notice up here, it says hearts caught, which, yeah, I could just move that if I want, and that would be fine. But, you know, we have this ability to do better, so let's do better. So I'm just going to use this. Again, I could use any when flag is clicked because that's the start in here. So I'm going to go into variables, and at the beginning, I'm going to hide. And again, I could put this pretty much anywhere in here. In fact, how about if I put it right here? Hide variable hearts caught. So it's just hiding it. It's still doing everything with it. It just won't show the scoreboard thing there. And then when backdrop switches, that's when I would want it to do that. So I guess I can put it right here. And I could basically say show variable. So this thing will show up then. Last thing, if I wanted to, when I receive the end screen, I could also do a hide. So it's not on the final screen, whatever that happens to be. And again, because this is just this part, it really doesn't matter which page you put this on, as long as it's in the right place. So, all right. So I think we should have things pretty nicely set up. As far as if it starts, we have this screen. The bowl is there, and I do not want the bowl there, so that's a problem. So let's debug that, but everything else seems pretty good there. So stop and back to the bowl. All right. So when backdrop switches up, there we go. Got to look for the little things. When backdrop switches to introduction, that is not at all I want. I wanted to do it on blue sky. And actually, just to make sure that it is not there at the very beginning ever, I could put in a when flag is clicked, and you probably guessed hide, which was hiding behind my head there. Okay, hide. So that way should be good. Boom, looks good. Now, we need some way to get it going, so I'm going to introduce a button here. So choose a sprite, and there are a few buttons. You could use whatever you want, but let's see. I'll use this one. So again, you could use any button you want. And then I just need to mess with this one a little bit. I'm going to go to its costumes, and yeah, the color actually isn't too bad. I could use blue if I wanted to. Or I could go with something else. You want to recolor it. I don't know, maybe I could do it a pink to kind of match that. Nah, I kind of like a yellow. I think a little bit different, but still bright, colorful. I don't know, fan of yellow. So let's see. There we go. How about that? Let's go with that. All right, I like it. I'm going to keep the blue around the outside. We could change that if we wanted to. And I'm going to add some text. And this text is simply going to say, and obviously it's going to be too big, but I'll mess with that in a little. It's in yellow. There's a problem. Make it, it's the easiest to make it blue or black, so let's just do that. Oops, try that. Click to begin. All right, I'm gonna space this out just a little bit, make a little better for that, and then to move it around a little bit, get it more in the middle. All right, I think that'll work. So now this one had to be a sprite because I'm going to use the idea of clicking that sprite. So click to begin. Now we need to do some coding. So real simple, actually. We don't have much. Always a good idea. Let's just follow my protocol. Put that there. Go with a go to, because that means it will be exactly where I need to be. I already put it where it needs to be. I put in that go to. It's great. So it will be there no matter what happens. And we are going to say, we're going to put in an if then, because I'm waiting for somebody to click on it. So if, actually, I don't need an if then. I could use an if then, that is possible. But we also have this beautiful events thing here that says when this sprite is clicked. Let's just use that. It's there, so hey, it's good. Now, we are going to have two things happen. First thing, we're going to have the backdrop switch to not to introduction. It's on the introduction to blue sky. So the backdrop will switch to blue sky. Now, can you guess what the other one is? We don't want that thing to be there anymore, so we're going to have it hide. Now, whenever I put in a hide, I should always think, hey, do I need to show somewhere? And let's have it show at the beginning. So it'll show at the beginning, it will hide when we click on the sprite, and when the backdrop switches, the other things are already set to work. So we're in pretty good shape right now. Let's give her a shot. Okay, we're good. And read it, click to begin. Sure enough, things are moving. And boom. Now, right now we have it set to 5 hearts caught. So if you catch 5, then it should be golden. Now, in the next video, the final video, there we go, we win. In the final video, I'm going to show you how to make this game start easy and get more difficult. But right now, it's great. We've got a good game. It's got a good ending. If you made this for a parent or something, instead of you win, it could say, Happy Valentine's Day, Mom. I love you. And isn't it great that I made such a cool program? So, all right, so let's stop this one. And the last video will show some kind of cool stuff. Make this a game that will get more difficult as we go along. All right, here we go.